to the next question. Which of the following statements is true about IAM roles? Right? What is roles again? Roles is a permission given to the services, not the users. Right? In inside AWS, we have n number of services. So for each service communication each other, we need to give the IAM role. So what does role here answer is role can be used to delegate permission to the AWS services or resources inside the AWS. So again, roles can only be used by IAM users, not the services. See, this is reverse. I mean, it should use to the users. Yeah, some extent we need to use users also. We'll see that is an advanced level actually. Roles must always be attached to the IAM users. No, IAM users we need to attach the policies or the permissions, JSON permission. Roles are used to manage the billing details. No. So next, coming to the next question, which are the components of policy structure in AWS IAM? What are the components of policy structure? We seen right what is policy structure. Uh, we seen this policy structure right. So this is a policy where it is yeah. So we seen the policy structure. It has a version, it has a effect, action, resource, right? These are the statements. So same thing. Statement is there, effect is there, action is there, version is there. This is whole. We call it as a statement. We have a version. Which version this language has created? What is the effect? Allow or deny? Action. To which services and at what level we are giving permission? Action and resource. So coming to the next question, what is the text format does credential report use? So whether it's credential report or access report or giving permission, all things are written in JSON. Okay. Yeah, some might get confused. We seen Java, we seen Python also in somewhere, right? In between our last class. So that will be used by programmatic access. Let's say you want to do create a user or do the permission, give the permission, all those things. So that can be done using the three ways: AWS console, that is normal user interface. Another is a command line. Another is a, we'll see that one where it is.
SDK.
Yes, that is correct, Gupta. So if you see here, these are the three file access. I mean, how we can manage the console from the management console, command line, software. So for these two, command line and software, we can use a different languages, Python, JSON, all those things, right? So when what we are discussing here, we are discussing for the credential report, which means this one we just discussed, right? This file permission, what we seen. So this is a JSON document. Whatever the permission you are giving to the user or a groups or a role, all right? This is a JSON. And next question is, what will you need to provide for a new IAM user you are creating who will use a programmatic access? So again, we just seen right. For programmatic access, we need to give the access key and secret key instead of using the password or MFA. MFA and password is for users. For programmatic way, we need to give access key and secret key. Where it is? So this is for programmatic way, we need to give access key and secret key like this. Command line interface for this one and for software development kit for both. And next question is, what are the different ways of accessing your AWS console? We just saw right, management console, command line, and software development kit. So you need to remember that short full form also. That's why I given full form instead of short form. SDK, CLI, command line interface. Command line can be remembered because command something a similar known name actually. But software development kit, sometime you may forget actually. Coming to the last question, what are the different audit tools or services available in IAM? We just seen at the above one question, right? That is related to the access advisory. So here there is another called credential report. So these are the two reports where we use to download the reports to analyze the things. Security tools or the credential reports or credential and access advisory. Account level, user level, right? So just I will go through in short actually what we seen in last class. If someone has missed it, guys, don't miss the class and join exactly at 4 o'clock. See, already we completed 15 minutes. So time is very important because we have a timeline to complete the syllabus, and we have so many plans actually. So that you should be more interactive, and you should show the more interest so that we can go it very fast. So we seen what is user and groups, right? and we seen what is permission, how the permission is written. Permission is written in JSON, and we should always give the least privilege access to any user or a group, right? And we have a policy structure, that how the policy, no need to write this policy, already AWS has written it. So go ahead and review the policy, which one you want to use it, and you can use to attach your permission to the end user. Example, if you see ID here, they have given S3 account permission. So like this, they have given with the names. So this is a policy structure. So just you need to remember the keywords. What are the parameters are there? Version, ID, statement, and just try to understand a simple code. Let me explain this one of the code. Okay, here they are giving a permission to S3. S3 is one of the service in AWS that is for storage actually, and they are giving the permission, and they're giving permission, allow permission for one of the end user. What is end user? End user is root here. The ARN is stand for the Amazon resource name. So ERN hyphen AWS hyphen IAM. Sometime if you see, right, whenever we see here, this is also kind of a ARN. I mean link actually. Similar fashion in AWS we call it as a ARN, and it is giving permission for IAM. Right, IAM is a service, and we might have thousands, hundreds of account in a particular organization. So we need to know which account it is. This is account 123, and who is that particular user? He is a root. Okay, and what sorry and what action we are giving, again we seen, right, in when we are talking about particular service, there are thousands of permission, right? Each granular level you can give. So that granular level permission we are giving here. What we are giving here? S3 get object, S3 put object. What does it mean, get and put? Get means you are taking the object. Get, what is get? Normal English. So you're getting something, right? What is put? You are putting something. So, easy English understandable language activities. Just you are extracting the object. Object means we'll see what is object, and we are putting the object. Object means like things, right? Whatever the things. And the what is resource, again in S3 there could be a thousand folders will be there, right? Which folder you are referring? My bucket folder. In my bucket folder, everything you can access this particular user. That's how the permission is, it is. Again similar way here, another permission is there. Like here we are giving to EC to describe. Describe means you are just reading it, not doing anything. Describe. So in EC2 again, there are a number of things are there. For all resource, when it star means all resource, right? So similar fashion, like different services they have given here. So what is again password policy? Password policy will be strong enough. We already know it. We use it in day-to-day activity, right? It should be a complex minimum numbers, and you should always change your password after some time. What else we seen? We seen MFA. What is MFA? Just remember, MFA is like second layer of security for your password, right? Just remember that one. And there are different devices where you can use for MFA. Just remember the names, something like that. Okay. And we have seen a different level of accessing your console, three ways of accessing console, and a different console have a different layer of protection. I mean, accessing your console, password and MFA base. This is access base, and both are access and secret case base. So this is how it looks like. We'll see what is how we need to create everything. Again, command line is for using the simple commands. We can do many things, and in software development, we can do it from the programmatic way. So these are the supporting programming language. And what is roles? Roles is given to the services instead of using the particular user. You can give to the services. I mean, let's say EC2 instance. Today we are going to see what is EC2 instance. So for EC2 instance, try to communicate to another service like storage. So for that, how what is the permission we can give? So the way is IAM role for the permission to the services. So here the common services which we can use for different services, EC2, Lambda, and Cloud Formation. We'll see. And the reports. So after all, we seen user group everything. So where we can see all this auditing part. I mean, where we can see all the details, credential reports. So in the security tools called credential report and access report at the account level and at the user level. So there are two reports. And the guidelines, best guidelines, we already seen one of the major best practices, right? When I'm sharing the credential, I didn't share that Gupta's credential in the Teams chat. Instead of that, I have created Excel sheet. In the Excel sheet, I have kept it, and that Excel sheet I have sent it to Gupta. Again, someone can answer. I mean, tell it actually. Even that Excel sheet is not encrypted, right? Sometime you might seen, right? Whenever you are downloading the bank report or a bank statement, whenever you are getting that bank statement, in that particular email, that when you try to open that file, it will ask some key, right? Your date of birth or your last mobile number. Some might use it or not use it actually, but that's how actually we can have some more extra layer of security, but we have not seen it. We will see it actually day by day. So these are the just best practices for the IAM. It should be a strong password, multi-factor authentication, create each individual user for each physical user, each user, something like that. So again, what is shared responsibility? So it's not always whenever you are using something, it's always not like that they need to take care, I mean AWS. So your also responsibility is there, what need to manage everything. And this in summary, these all are the services which you got, right? Till this part, anyone have any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Guys, humble request again, I'm telling you, whenever we are asking to do some assignment or something like that, so please try to do it so that we all will be in the same pace. So tomorrow again, if you are looking for internship or a job, so then so it is very easy for us to do further steps, right? We have a big plan in the pipeline. So if you cooperate or if you show interest, we can also do more actually, instead of doing again old things, right? Okay, today we will see what is AWS EC2 instance. Okay, this is one of the major service AWS offers, or in fact, even on the organization uses this is a service majorly. All right. So again, as part of our training section, we use all the services, mostly all which are available in the free tier. So AWS gives for students or learning purpose, they give few services for the free purpose, free thing. So what are those actually? Amazon EC2 instance, whatever today we are giving, they are telling 750 hours they will give free for per month, which means 750 hours you can run every month, like 12 months. So after 12 months you will be chargeable for this particular service. Again, in EC2 instance, they have a different series actually. They are telling here 750 hours per month for Linux operating system, RHL and SLES for T2 and T3 micro instance. Okay, 750 hours for this operating system, and these are the sizes actually. We'll see what is this actually. Again, 750 hours for other different Windows operating system for this particular instance. Again, this is a network actually. We'll see later. So again, for storage also, 30 GB storage they are giving free. Again, in storage there are different types are there. SSD. Someone might have heard it. SSD, SDD, something like that, right? So they are giving 30 GB free space for general purpose SSD. This is just overview of EC2 instance. What is EC2? Again, EC2 is a Elastic Compute Cloud. So there are two C's are there. That's why they have in 2C, EC2. That's why it is easy to remember, EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. And we have seen different models, right? Like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So this belongs to infrastructure as a service, IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So this is also important to remember. So we'll directly jump into practical session. Then we will come into the theory part so that it will be interesting. Okay. So actually, one thing like last class itself, we need to give the access because of some issues. We didn't created the account, and next week we are going to create the account. I mean, from the official account actually. So this when we have created for a dummy purpose lab account, then we will give access to all of you, so that you can also go ahead and make your hands dirty by logging to the console. Okay, sorry I missed it. So for again, whenever you want to access any of the service, you need to search at the global level. Yeah. So you can navigate to the services at the left side. Whenever you are visiting frequently, that will be shown in the recently visit. Recently we have visited IAM, so that's why it's showing top, and we have make it as a favorite. If you click on all services here, so in the compute section, so this is a compute session. Why it is a compute session? In the name itself, it is there, Elastic Compute Cloud. So it will be there in the compute session. In compute, again, there are n number of services are there. EC2, batch, app running, image builder, Lambda, right? There are different services. But we are more interested today is EC2 instance. Guys, if you have any doubts, you can interrupt in between any time. Okay. So once if you navigate to EC2 instance, again, as we seen in our last class, IAM, right? We will see. So last class we seen IAM, right? I'll just walk through again once again. Okay. IAM identity access management. If you see, all the options are here at the left side. User, group, user. You can create a user. Okay. And groups you can create here. User groups. So we have created two groups here. And what are the roles? Roles are given to the AWS services, right? So this is IAM role, and what are how to attach the permissions to these users and groups. So that can be attached from the IAM policy. If we see, already policies are written, no need to write once again. I mean, yes, you have option to create your custom own policies, but you can use, most of the time we will use the AWS created one. If you see, it is somewhere around 1223 permissions are created. If you just type IAM, okay, in IAM itself, there are 10 matches. I mean, 10 level of permission you can give in the IAM service. So what else we seen? We see in credential reports, right? There are two level of credential report. One is access advisory, another is the credential reports. Okay. So if you see, this is one of the service access report, and another is a credential report. So these are the two services. So that's all what we see in IAM actually. And we created one of the user. Uh, what is that user? So the user is called Gupta. We created 6 days back. Okay, on the day of 30th August. At the time, see the level of information we are getting here. It is created this time, so and so date, everything. In an organization, if you are doing a small changes, everything will be recorded, right? So we have created a user, and user have user is created in which account? It is created in this account, that is called ERN. That's why it will give the information where it is created, whether it is enabled MFA or not. MFA is not enabled, which means a threat or a security threat, right? We need to make it strong by enabling MFA. Again, access key, we have not created anything key. So we have attached, we have given the policy. What are the policies we have given? We have given read only access for IAM user, and we have given for change permission. And we have attached to the anti-hills group. Okay. So we have not created access key, secret key. We will create in later actually. So this is all about the IAM, what we covered till last class. So I'll ask once again, if you have any doubts, you can ask on the IAM part, or else we'll move on to the next part.
Sir, who creates access key? We create or who give us roles they create for us, sir?
Okay, that is a good question. So, who created Gupta user?
Sir, you.
I created, right? So, for one particular user, I created a Gupta, right? I mean, today I am as an administrator. I mean, as an administrator, I have given or I created a user for you to do other stuffs. what is the roles given to the permission to the servers. Let's say now Gupta is using EC2 instance service. Okay, which means she created some service in EC2 instance, and she wants to do. I mean, she wants to connect this particular service to other services. Example S3 service. Okay, then for giving permission to this particular service, so we can use the existing roles. Who will use it? Gupta will use it, because Gupta is creating EC2 instance and she is giving permission to one of the EC2 instance to another EC2 instance. But uh, uh, does she can do that activity or not? She can't do that activity because we have not given level of permission to her. So we need to give a permission to her for IAM role. Then only, okay, sorry, I can't add here. I need to add permission. So attach policy directly. IAM role. Okay. Where is role? Uh, okay, just a minute. So where is the role? Role is here. Access analysis service role policy. So once if I attach that particular, sorry, not this one actually. Sorry. I'm sorry. So if you type role, you get it actually. If you see, there are 358 roles are there actually. So we need to find which role is suitable for giving permission to this EC2 instance for the Gupta user. So we need to find that particular role and we need to attach to the Gupta. So that in sometime if Gupta is creating a EC2 instance, so that she can attach that particular role to this particular EC2 instance. Okay, we will see actually. You may not get your answer properly today, but yeah, again, who will do it? Any user can also do it, or any administrator also can give the or create a IAM roles. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Did you got answer at least partially?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. So today we'll see what is EC2 instance. EC2 is basically one of the major service which is used in AWS. Most of the organization, in fact, business guys, everyone will use EC2 instance. What is EC2 instance? We have seen at our some class back actually. We have created one of the Windows machine, right? And we have logged in. So it is similar kind of a computer what we see in the offline. One computer, if you want to buy, so that go ahead and go to the EC2 instance service and create one of the machine, whichever operating system you are looking for. After that, you can install your application or a code. Let's say you have created a web server, or you created an application, or created a gaming application. Those all can be installed inside that server, and you can uh, give to the end customer for using your application. So it acts as a server. That's why we call it as a EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud Server. So what are the options are there? If you click on the left side, I'm just dropping each options. Okay. In EC2, there is an option called EC2 instance. Instance. Instance is something just we can create that particular instance. What is EC2 instance type? What is instance type? Again, in market, when you are buying a new laptop, there are different series, right? We have a Dell series, we have Intel series, right? Again, in Dell and Intel, we have a different series. Like if you want a 4 CPU, if you want a 6 CPU RAM, CPU, we talk, right? Whenever you are buying computer, so those all are can be seen in the instance type page. So if you see, there are different naming convention also there. T2.nano, T2.micro. So each name tells a different meaning, and it will be used for different purpose. Example, T2.nano is one CPU and it is coming with 0.5 memory. Does someone seen this small computer? This kind of a size of a computer in your real world? Does a physical computer exist this kind of a small CPU and RAM?
No.
No, right? See the level of granularity or small usage. If you want small machine, you can use the small machine. If you want big machine, if you see how, what is a big machine you can adopt in AWS, what is this number? Sorry, just a minute. What is this number? How much CPU it is? Can someone tell what is the CPU and RAM here it is showing?
12,288.
Yes, the level of size, if you imagine, you can't imagine also. In our day-to-day life, we seen very, very small computers in, or we are using it. So this kind of a big machines where they are, I mean, you can adapt it actually on the basis of per second or a per hour pricing model. Not, you no need to buy like thousands or lakhs of rupees for this particular machine. You can create this machine, you can use it, and you can pay for what you use it. That's it. So that's how the cloud is. There are again a different parameters are there. vCPU is there. Architecture. What is architecture? You might see Intel based series, AMD based series, right? There are different series are there. Intel series, AMD series. So that's how it is tell x86 underscore 64. And the memory is something RAM. What we call. We all know it. RAM. What is RAM? Right? So we again extra storage. You might use the extra storage like 1 TB, 2 TB storage or 500 GB RAM storage. So this is the extra storage. Sometime if when you are creating a machine, sometime by default it will come, or else we can use the extra storage, which means again a different service it is. That network storage can be attached to the machines, and we have a network performance. So these all are options also there in our computer in our day-to-day life. We see what is CPU, what is architecture, what is memory. Same similar fashion, they have different naming convention here. That's it. And if you see here, last at the end, we have a different pricing model for that particular machine. If you create that machine, so you will be charging $129 per hour. If you same thing, if you create from Linux machine, so the cost is $102. Okay, for this particular machine, big machine. So if you see small machine, the small machine is hardly costing 0.0081 USD per hour. The same thing for Linux. So see how cheaper the servers are there. Within fraction of seconds, we can create the server and you can do your steps and you can delete the server. That's how it is. And now coming to the naming convention. What is this naming convention? T2.nano, T2.large, right? So if you see the naming convention, example, I have given some random series R4.4x large. Okay. What is R? R will define you what instance class it is. I mean, there are different types, right? I just told you. There is a small machine, there is a big machine, or there is a different series will be there, na? Notebook, iPad, something like that. So different series. So the R will tell the instance class which type it is. The next number 4, it will tell you the generation, which means the older, I mean smaller the number, it is the older version. If it is a bigger number, it will be a latest version. In our laptop also same case, right? Every month or every quarterly we will see new laptops or new mobiles, new versions, right? Similar fashion in AWS, that will be defined in numbers actually. Sorry. And what else? Next, dot won't tell anything. Again, don't ask what is dot. Okay. So next it will be the your 4x large. So 4x, what is 4x large is, it is the size of the class. Okay. Example, we seen one CPU, 2 GB RAM, two CPU, 4 GB RAM. That will be identified by the this particular number 4x large. Okay. We will see here once again in our console. If you see here, nano stands for only one CPU and 0.5 GB RAM. Micro is also stands for one CPU, but memory is memory. Small is again one CPU, but memory is 2 GB. Right? Medium is again two CPU and 4 GB RAM. So large is two CPU, 8 GB RAM. So if you see, the number is increasing here based on the naming convention. Nano is very small in the meaning. Macro also bit higher version of nano. Small is bit higher of micro, medium, large, extra large. Like we have t-shirts, right? When you are wearing t-shirts, purchasing your t-shirts in a mall, right? So we'll see based on your size, right? Comfortable size. Small is a smaller one, larger is bigger one. So something like that. Larger is 2 CPU, 4 GB RAM. No need to remember all these names, everything. And just giving the analogy, you need to know that particular analogy, how it looks like. Okay. So this is all about the instance type. Okay. Again, there are different types are there in EC2 instance. What are those types? Okay. Uh, there are different types are there for different purposes, right? In our again day-to-day cases, whenever you are a student, so you will buy a small computer. Again, you are a student, but you are a what game lover. So you need to buy a good graphics card, good CPU, good RAM, right? Who all are playing PUBG in laptop? Raise your hands. Did someone played PUBG in laptop? Yeah, Rohit has played. Who else played? Yeah, only looks like Rohit played. I think some other you guys played a different games, right? So just I'm discussing the latest game which you guys are. It might be again the new games. So based on your requirement, you will select the bigger computer or a newer computer, right? So similar fashion in our day-to-day organization activities based on different purpose, we will select a different series. How they categorize? They have categorized based on the different series like general purpose, compute optimizer, memory optimize, storage optimize, accelerated computing. What does it mean? In the name itself, it is showing again same thing. General purpose. What is general purpose? Which means it is kind of a balanced server. Like your CPU and RAM will be a balanced one. So what are the series? A series, T series, M series. So there is a nice documentation also. In AWS, there is a nice documentation where you will get a full detail of VM sizes. But as per our syllabus, no need of that particular in-depth knowledge of this particular sizes. Yeah, we need to know what are the different types. So that's why I given only different types. But yeah, if you want to understand more about what are the different types, what does it do, everything. So you can refer to this particular website. I will paste this particular website in our WhatsApp group. Amazon EC2 instance type. Okay. So there are different types: general purpose, compute optimize, memory optimize, accelerated computing, storage optimize. Right? What is general purpose? General purpose will tell you the balance of a compute and memory. We seen in our this thing. Balance computing and memory means, so the ratio if you see here, uh, refer from here. Okay. See the ratio. The ratio is something like 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM. 2 CPU, 8 GB RAM, 4 CPU, 16 GB RAM. Some ratio is there. I mean, it's not like that much difference. If it is, this is 2 and this is not 16. Maximum is 2 CPU and 8 GB RAM. 4 CPU, 16. 4 CPU, 32, it is not there. Something like that. So there is some ratio behind the logic. So they have a balanced compute and memory and the networking also. So, and this can be used in a wide variety of use case. Like if you want to use for web server or the low traffic website or a web application or a small database or a mid-sized database. So then you can go for the general purpose. Okay, wherever your CPU and RAM is not that much high. So then you can create the general purpose. What are the different series comes in general purpose? T series, A series, M series, something like that. Okay, A series again it is end of life. Now T series and M series are the latest one. So we'll see what here. If you see here in this particular website, all series are there. M series. Again in M, there are different naming names are there. G, I, Flex, A, right? So what are these names? We have not covered in our naming convention. We seen what is M7, right? But we didn't see G and A, I. We will see it later actually. No need to confuse now. So just remember, so M series and T series comes under general purpose. If you want to refer that particular specification, click on that particular size. If you click T3, it will give all the details. It is a bustable general purpose instance type that provides base level of CPU performance ability, right? So it will give all the details. If you click on T2 again, it will give again same details. What is meant for this is T2 for bustable performance and the baseline CPU memory. Baseline is a normal this thing, and the features also it will give. What are the different features? It's not about only CPU and RAM. There are networking is there. There is a processor. Intel process is there, right? Um, and the cost is there. So different thing. So for all the series, general purpose series are there here actually bottom. So one CPU, 3 GB RAM, 166, 6 GB RAM, right? These are the names. These are the CPU memory. Okay, this is CPU. Sorry, this is CPU and this is memory. Okay, and this is the network performance. How the network performance is there. So next is compute optimize. What is compute optimize? Compute, again, the name suggests it is meant for the compute bound applications, wherever the gaming application is there, or scientific modeling, or the high performance computing, right? So these kind of areas we can use the compute optimize, machine learning, right? In these particular areas you can use the compute optimize. Again, compute optimize starts with C series. With the name itself, we can identify which series it is. Compute optimize starts with C series. Again, different versions are there. 4 is the oldest version, 7 is the latest version. Okay, so again you can see all the detail configuration of that particular machine by clicking on this particular sizes. C5, it is a compute intensive workload, deliver for cost effective high performance at a lower price per compute ratio. Okay, so detail list of all the servers in compute. C5 large, C5.x large. See, so did you observe C5 dot medium or small or micro is not there. It is starting with large because compute means, again, we are when you are talking compute, the compute should not be less, right? It should be at least somewhat higher. So it is starting with 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM, something like that. Okay. Next is memory optimize. Again, memory optimize is for your workload where your large data set is there. Like someone might heard about big data, right? Big data means the data is very high. So in that particular case, we can use the memory optimize, large data set. Again, the names for memory starts with R series, like RAM, something kind of logic. I might guess actually. R is stands for memory optimize. Again, different series are there. You can refer by clicking on that particular each sizes. Okay. Example, R5. R5 is deliver 5% additional memory CPU than R4. See, we just discussed, right? 4 is meant for older version. 5 is latest version. They are giving comparison 5% extra memory compared to R4. Okay. So they are giving the latest feature. Cost is less if you are referring to latest version, right? So that's how we refer, like purchasing mobile also, right? When you are purchasing mobile, you always buy the latest version. 5G mobiles, and it should have dual SIM, or now triple SIM. 5 SIMs also came, or camera also. Camera is also 5 camera, 6 camera. So there are different series will be there. Okay. Again, the memory optimize, the logic behind for memory optimize is R series. Again, we have different one, X, 1, 2, 3, 7, or Z also. So coming to the next series is accelerated computing. Accelerated computing is basically meant for hardware accelerator or a coprocessor to perform functionals such as floating point number calculation, wherever the calculation is very high, or the graphical processing where you want a graphical process like gaming and all, right? So there you want a graphics very high. It should be very high. Whenever you're doing some compute kind of thing. Example, in aerospace, whenever in aerospace, whenever they are doing some calculation, it requires huge big machines, because it will calculate like lakhs of equations, everything they will calculate in the accelerated computing. So in kind of those kind of a thing, you need a accelerated computing. So that will start with a P series or a G series or I series also. Again, if you see here, um, in P series, they have only one machine, 8 CPU and 192 GB RAM. They don't have any 2 CPU or 1 GB RAM, because the name is suggesting it should be very high. So that's why they are starting with 8 series. They might be, if you click on P4, again, P4 is the older version. They have 2 series. If you go to the G3, again, they have 3 series. Yeah, G is having less CPU, like 4 CPU. Okay. But if you see, memory is high. So our next type is storage optimized. Again, if you just carefully see the namings, with the names itself, we can understand what does it tells actually. General purpose, compute, memory, accelerated, storage. Again, now storage is where, again, storage and memory looks same, but again, yeah, there is a slight difference is that wherever you are doing tens of thousands of data work, where you required very speed actually. Uh, like whenever, let's say, you have opened multiple application and you are switching multiple application very quickly like this fastly, there your processor or storage should be very high. So then only you can do all those stuffs, I mean, very quickly, or else laptop will hang. It will slowly take time to switching the tab also. So in that particular case, read and write access, wherever doing read and write access for large data set on the local storage. So then choose storage optimize. That is ideal for using the storage optimize. The optimize deliver tens of thousands of low latency. What is latency? Latency means speed. It will tell speed, low speed or low latency. Okay. Random IOPS. What is IOPS? Input output performance. Okay. We'll see what is input output. So like this in storage optimize, again, different names are there. I series, D series is there. Next, coming to the HPC. HPC is something high performance computing. Nowadays, high performance is more becoming popular because of artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning kind of things, where it required a big compute size. Okay, if you see, it is coming with 16 core and 128 GB RAM, and the network performance also will be good. All those things will be there in the HPC, high performance computing, built for offer the best price performance for the running HPC, high performance compute workload at scale on AWS. HPC instances are ideal for applications that are benefit for high performance processing. High performance processing is a keyword. High processing such as large complex simulations. Example, crash analysis. Example, your mobile, they are testing the fall analysis. Whenever they are releasing mobile, right? Let's say your mobile fall down on the ground. So in the first instance, if mobile breakdowns, then you won't buy that particular mobile, right? So they will test. They won't test each time. They will create a new mobile and they will fall down the mobile and they will test it. No, first they will create one model in the computer and then they will run that particular model. That we call it as a simulation. I mean, virtually they will test it whether after falling our mobile 10 lakh times on the floor, does still that mobile will exist or not, or still the glass will be breakable or not. So those tests will be done in a computer. So that in which computer? High performance computing. So they will do simulation. Another example could be crash analysis, crash analysis of a car. Whenever your car get accident, right? So it will break few parts. So that they will test it actually before releasing the car. They will also test in computer by accidenting in computer itself, and they will analyze those computer, I mean, cars, whether it is sustain or not actually. So those kind of a simulation will be done in the computer, or the deep learning. Again, there are a number of use cases are there. So for those cases, we use HPC. So yeah, again, instance features are there, bus table, all those things. This is not required. So only you need to remember these names actually. This is very important. General purpose, compute optimize, memory optimize, accelerated, storage optimize, HPC. Okay. So these are the name which I have given already. So just remember what are the names and what are the purpose of using this particular family. Okay. Compute high performance, memory high performance database. Okay. Distribute memory cache, wherever memory cache is a memory optimize. Storage optimize, like kind of a data warehouse. Warehouse. What is warehouse? It is a big house, which means big data. I mean, there is huge data. There you can use the storage optimize. Accelerated computing, wherever the 3D visualization we just mentioned, right? Crash analysis or the mobile crash analysis. So those visualization, they will do visualization in a computer. So those kind of areas, they will use the accelerated computing. Okay. So what else is there in our console? Uh, there is launch template is there. We will see what is launch template. Again, there are different areas are there: spot request, saving span, dedicated. These are the pricing models. And next is the image. What is image? Something the operating system like Windows, Linux we are selecting, right? So those can be selected from the AMI. Okay, in cloud it is called as a machine image. Instead of operating system, they call it as a image. no AMI in this region. Okay, so we need to check in the public. So privately we have not kept anything. So these all are publicly available. So you can go ahead and create a Windows operating system. 2019 example Windows. If I select Windows, if you see there are 1,000+ of operating system in Windows itself. So there are again different purpose. I mean different areas they will use Windows for different purpose. Example Windows 2019 full English SQL version. So this is used for SQL. What is SQL? Again, SQL is a query language. Okay. Um, if you see again, if you see here, this is used for .NET SDK Windows Server. Okay. This is something Chinese traditional full base. See, they have Chinese has created their own operating system in their own language, Windows 2019, right? So these are the different OS flavors where we can select in the Amazon machine image. We will see what, in depth what is Amazon machine image. Okay. So this is our catalog actually. This is the names which not looks good. Here you can understand easily. Amazon Linux. So AWS also release their own operating system. Okay.
Yeah, Sharath
If
actually
you see
just
Red
wanted.
Hat,
Sharath.
yeah, yeah, Rashikar.
Yeah, guys, like, do you have any doubts on that instance type? Okay, so basically, he asked about like whenever you are launching any virtual machine, so that is one parameter you need to decide. Okay, so it is based on your requirement. Okay, so this who will decide, right? So it is like all the people. Like if you are working in one project, so and you are working on one application to be deployed. So if that application is related to, like if your application is not that much critical, it won't take much load. So then you will go for the small instance type. So you don't require huge CPU and huge RAM, huge storage and all. So like if it is simple application, it is used by only 30 members means. So you can finish that. You can go with the smaller instance types. That is like T3 series, like compute kind of thing. If your application is used by worldwide, like all the in all the in the world, all the members is going to use. So at that time, so you go for the bigger instance type actually. Okay, so this is one thing you need to decide as a cloud engineer. So as your people are going to, so you need to understand that why, like if somebody is proposing, so we can go with the instance type. So then you can have the right to answer, ask the questions. So why this instance type we are going to use, like what is the, like how many users they are going to use, how many requests are coming to my EC2 instance and all. So based on that you need to choose this. If your analysis is wrong, means if the request is more but you have chosen the small instance type, so at that time what will happen is your system will not respond properly. So it will get in hung state. Okay, so then it is a problem for you. So then you need to look like what is happening. Like then you will check the what is the CPU usage, what is the memory it is currently utilizing. So based on that request, then what you will suggest. So okay, we'll go for higher version. So what is the next higher version? Then you will go and select it actually. So this is like a hardware selection. So based on the performance and based on the cost wise, you are going to select that. Okay, so on a surface level you need to understand this, what are the different types of instance types are there. Okay, so like what Sharath already told, that there are compute instances, they are used for general purpose, there are memory optimized, there are high performance HPC, uh, high performance compute instance types. So those things he has used actually. Okay, so you don't to like like if you go to any one of the organization, so there you can like maximum you can see R series, M series or T series. Okay, so if you are really working in a like more like the application which is in which the requests are more na, so then you can see accelerated computing or HPC instant types and all. Okay, so that is what you mentioned about. So you should have some basic idea on this. Okay, this is looks like a theory. Okay, you don't need to always remember this. Okay, even like in the document itself everything is there. So on a surface level you people should need to understand this. Yeah, Sharath, go ahead.
So this is again the important one only while selecting any of the EC instance. Just that's why I have given a brief introduction of this one. Okay. And next options are like spot instance is there. Okay. Savings plan is there. So these all are option are the pricing models actually. We will see what is pricing model in our next class. Okay. Name itself it is telling savings reservation, right? With the names itself again it is cloud is very easy when you try to make a analogy to remember the names, right? So it's very easy to remember and you can understand also. So next is we are seeing AMA catalog, right? We are seeing AMA catalog. So AMA catalogs, there are different versions. There are how many are there actually? If you see the numbers are 10,627 operating systems are there. People might not know it, right? People, we know only Windows, we know only Linux. Again in Linux, we may know only RHL or Ubuntu, but no, in real world there are 10,627. I mean, they have customized operating system based on their requirement. Okay, but majorly they will use Windows or Linux operating system or Mac operating system. Okay, if you see again carefully, they have given free tier, some of them free tier in our first slide we seen, right? Few of the operating system they are giving as a free service. Okay, if you see Mac, they are not giving free. Mac you can't provision the server. If you want to provision, yes, still you can provision it, but it is a chargeable. How much it is chargeable, we will see. Okay, again Red Hat it is free, sir, something like that. Again, Windows also free is there. Windows, if you type Windows, if you see here, Windows also not free for all the operating system. This is not free. This is SQL version. Okay, where it is free. If you see here, these are the free version. Windows 22 base. Okay, normal one is a free one. Okay, again this is a free one. 22. This is a different core X86, 64 byte. Okay, so something like that. So this is what the image. We will see what is image in depth actually. The people already might know it. Operating system, right? It is just operating system. But yeah, some things are there actually. Uh, that is AMI. Next is elastic block storage. What are block storage? Block storage is something a storage. The store it is telling, right? Elastic block storage. The name, what does elastic block storage means? It is elastic in nature. What is elastic in nature? You can anytime you can resize it. Let's say my computer is there, my computer is running with this much of storage. Tomorrow I want to expand this particular size, means I need to buy another hardware and I need to attach here with the new hardware, then only I can see it. But in cloud it is very easy. Go ahead and increase the size, or let's say you want 10 volumes tomorrow, you can go ahead and create a 10 volumes here quickly. Okay, that's why it is called as elastic block storage. What is block? Again, the level of storage, how it stores in the backend. You might not know it actually. Let's say whenever I am saving this particular PPT, how this PPT is storing in our laptop. Again, that is a very big what storage understanding actually, how it is storing. So there are different types of storing in our laptop also. One of them is a block level of storage. Means each, let's say this particular file is there, na? This file is storing in a each small blocks actually in a block level. So that we will see what is EBS, elastic block storage. So this is one of the storage which we can attach to the EC2 instance or hardware. How we attach this here? I have attached one of the extra disk here. Similar fashion, you can use elastic block storage. It's not the same again. I'm just giving the analogy here. Actually, it is a network storage here. If you see, someone might used it or not it actually. This is a network storage actually. Sharad Kumar is one of the network storage which I have attached, which is not there in our physical computer. In this computer, the storage is not there. The storage is somewhere else, but I'm using over the network actually. So that's how this storage is actually. It is a network storage, not the normal storage. Again, snapshot is there. Snapshot is again related to the volume itself. So we have networking also. Again, in networking, we have security groups like fire kind of a firewalls, or you can say something like that. Security groups are there. It is again, it will secure your EC2 instance. That's why it is a security group. Again, we have IPs. IPs means for each our laptop we have one IP. So same thing. We have a IPs here for attaching to the EC2 instance. Again, different things are there. Again, we have load balancing. What is load balancing? Whenever, let's say, you have a college website, okay, and or Amazon.com. So in a big billionaire day, the traffic is increasing. I mean, end user is increasing. They are hitting more traffic. So then who will take care of that particular traffic? This particular load balancer, name itself. It is balancing the load. The traffic will be distributed at the back end so that your application up and running. That's why it is load balancing. Load balancing is there. What is auto scaling? Auto scaling we'll see later. Okay. So now we will launch one EC2 instance. Not wait further more time. So whenever you are selecting EC2 instance, okay, always it is a regional specific. We discussed, right? Few of the services are regional, few of the services are not regional. So you can go ahead and create a server in US region. See, sitting in India, I am creating a server in Ohio region, or I can create in North Virginia, or you can create it in Mumbai. I am sitting in Bangalore location actually, so I can create a server in Mumbai location as well. So someone can answer whether we have a location in Bangalore. No, we don't have. So they have their dedicated center in each region, not everywhere in the world. They have in India, they have in Mumbai, and they have upcoming data center in Hyderabad. But that is not listed here because they are not ready actually. They are still in construction, you can think. So now I'm just creating EC2 instance, launch EC2 instance. Whatever we just see in the option. So those you need to select here. First, we need to give the name for our computer, right? What is the name you want to give? Example, my first EC2. Okay, this is my first EC2. Our first EC2 instance we are creating. So next is image. We just discussed, right? OS. It is OS only, but cloud, Amazon cloud is telling as an image, Amazon machine image. AMI is a template that contains a software configuration. Like Windows, whenever selecting Windows is a software configuration. What and all it will be there? It will not having only a software. It has application server also. It has many other stuffs actually in operating system. Required to launch your instance. Search your browser. So we just search, right? There are thousands of AMS are there. So you can go ahead and select it. So I'll just type Windows now here. If you see here, if I type Windows, so I'm going to use the free version instead of the paid version. So I just selected the Windows operating system. So their details it will show at the below actually. If you see here, now I have selected Windows 22 English version, full base operating system. When it is published on 10/7. Recently it is published. I mean, they have did some changes might be. And it has some EBS is there. It has ENA something enabled or virtualization. It is again virtualization, different types are there. So they are using HVM. Architecture is x86. So something Windows we have selected. So I can go ahead and use any operating system which are free as of now. Next is instance type. We just seen instance. There are hundreds or thousands of EC2 instances. Okay, if you scroll down here, thousands of there. But as of now, AWS is giving free for only T2.micro. What is T2.micro? It is a general series. Again, it has one CPU and 1 GB RAM. So they are giving very small computer free for me to use it. Okay. And what is the cost? So this is a cost. If you are exceeding 12 months, then this is a cost. Now I'm in already in free pool actually. That's why I will be charging only 0.017 if I'm not in a free pool. So what is key is again like kind of a MFA you can think, but we'll see what is key. Okay. So my first EC2. Okay, I'm just creating one of them. My first EC2. Okay, so again in key there are different types are there, PEM and PQ, but I'm as of now I'm selecting PEM key and I'm creating the key. So this is very important key. The name's just right. So it is like lock and key actually. So for
Sorry,
your lock,
your voice very
sorry.
low. Sir, your
Sorry.
voice is
How about now?
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, it's now
Oh,
good.
okay. Uh, yeah. So what is key? Something like that. Something like key and lock for your home. You are putting lock, right? And you are keeping that particular key in your pocket when you are going outside. Similar fashion for our EC2 instance, this key we are keeping in our laptop. We are keeping in a safer side. So that lock will be there in AWS side. And next is networking. So I'm not touching anything here. And we will see networking again, give big area actually. We will select the security group. Security we just discussed, right? Security is something which will give an extra layer for your computer. Okay, like security guard standing outside your apartment, who will allow only who is authenticated to uh, get inside your apartment. So that kind of a security, this security group will do that particular job. Who need to get inside the lobby or who should not enter into the lobby. Next is the storage. We discussed, right? Storage is something, this is a network stick, not the extra storage. I mean, not sitting at the hardware actually. Okay. And this is a general purpose SSD, which we are using. So right now we are using 30 GB storage because it requires at least minimum 30 GB to boot up. If you see here in my laptop, for my OS, it required how much GB it is taking space for running this Windows operating system. It is somewhere taking 170 GB. Just imagine, in our normal days, we are using 170 GB space for running this Windows machine. But when it's come to the cloud, we are just taking 30 GB for running this operating system, Windows operating system. All right. And what else after EBS? After EBS, we have advanced option. Advanced option is again like extra, doing extra stuffs where you can do extra protection, all those things. Okay, are not required as of now. We will not wait. Actually, we will launch EC2 instance. If you miss something, it will throw error actually. We have not missed anything, so it is showing successful. Sometimes you may get error actually while provisioning. Okay, where you can refer your EC2 instance. I mean, just now created. If you click on instance, it will show here actually. If you see here, the state it is showing pending, which means it is still creating that particular machine. So now we will see what are the details we have just selected, right? We have given a name, my EC2 instance, but we have generated one ID that is called instance ID, which is starts with I and is very big in number actually. So whenever you are creating any machine, so it will give one ID actually. Example, whenever you are purchasing one mobile, right? You will get a IME number. IME number will get it, right, which will be big. So for each device, they will generate one ID actually, which will be unique. It should not be a same actually. And it is assigning one IP actually. One is public and one is private. So whenever you are accessing some internet, you will also have IP actually, my IP. If I type my IP, so it will give what is my IP. I mean, if you see here, this computer, I am using some internet. Okay, what is the IP which is allowed? I mean, which IP I am using? I using this IP 27. This is my IP actually. The internet, right? So for internet, I am using this IP. So whenever, example, one of the internet is giving internet for me, right, for my computer. So how that particular internet provider, whether it's Geo or Airtel, it could be anything. How they will refer? They won't refer. Okay, this is my computer, Sharat's computer. They can't identify. They have a called IP. Okay, with the number. So with this particular IP, they will refer. So that's how it is. We will see. Again, IP is a big topic. So, but IP is something which they will network related address actually, IPv4. So there are further other details are there. DNS is there, host name is there, okay, which are not required as of now. VPC is there, subnet is there. But we will see what are the options we have selected. We selected AMI ID. We selected Windows, right? For again, for Windows is our readable format. But for AWS, they have a key actually. Again, this is also ID, AMI ID. We use this particular name, Windows 22, right? And we have not selected any other option. And in monitoring also we didn't select it. We selected security group, right? We selected one of the security group called default, okay? And we selected, we have not touched anything networking. We check with the storage, right? 30 GB storage we use, 30 GB storage for Windows operating system, okay? So now the state is in running state. We will see whether it's boot up or not. If you see, like within 1 or 2 minutes, my server is ready now. Just imagine within 1 minute, my computer is ready. So how we can log in? So we can log in by clicking the connect option. Okay. Just click on there are multiple ways of accessing the computer. One is session manager, RDP, serial console. But we are more interested to RDP because it's an easier way. RDP is a remote desktop protocol. In your laptop also you can find this particular RDP. RDP. Type RDP in your computer, you will find it RDP. People might not know it, how to use it actually, right? Remote desktop. Remote means remotely you are connecting your computer, which means this is my computer, but I have provisioned the server in AWS console, which is not there in my computer. It is somewhere else in mobile location, right? I am connecting that particular machine. How we will connect? We will connect by clicking, going to this RDP actually, remote desktop. So you can give this particular computer IP address. Okay, you can give this. Sorry, we need to give the public this particular computer, and then we need to connect. Okay, now I pasted it. Click on connect. Actually, my computer may not withstand this particular load actually. So I will do one thing. I'll try to connect from the internet itself. I will download this RDP in the internet itself. So download the RDP. So if you see that particular RDP is downloading now. So RDP is downloaded now. Okay, leave it. So I'm just connecting that particular system. So I'm deleting this old one. So what I did is I downloaded the download remote desktop where it is. If you click on this particular your instance, where it is, our instance is here. Okay. If you need to click on this instance, click on connect option, go to the RDP client. Okay. And in RDP client, if you go down, so there is an option called remote download remote desktop. Okay. Download it and open it. Click on connect. Okay, I need to open the security groups. Actually, few changes I need to do because see, if you see, it is not allowing actually, it is giving error. I didn't show the error. Let me show you the error actually. So we just seen, right, my IP address. This is my IP address. Okay, just giving save. So see, the security group is not allowing actually. The security guard is there, right? The security guard is telling boss, you are not authorized to perform this particular activity. So it is not allowing actually. That's why I have made boss. I am also authorized person. Give me access. So I just did some changes actually there. If you see here, previously it's shown error. Actually, I didn't show that error. It is not populating this particular screen. Okay, it got not populated actually because of I have not made my identity at the security level. I made my identity. I mean, shown my ID card. I mean, allowing did some changes. Then it is allowing me to access this particular machine. So is it downloaded today? Yeah, it is downloaded today. So see here, I'm just putting my key now. I'm putting the locker, whatever the key I have. I just attach that particular key so that it given complex part which is not remembered, right? So where I will put the same password and then I will log in. I will click OK. I'm just giving as I am as a authorized person. Wow, now our computer is ready now. If you see here, I have logged in one of the computer inside another my computer. So which means you have two computers now. So like this, you can create n number of computers actually. There is no doubt we can create n number of servers, 10 servers, 20 servers if you want to. Let's say I want to do now some stuff here. Example, um, I want to yeah, I want to play some games. So we can go ahead and download that particular game. Example, I will try to download some application. Okay. You see here again, all the information also came here actually. Uh, okay. Before that, see here. So what are the options we selected? How much it is showing here? If you see here, we selected 30 GB, which means it is showing 29.9 GB, but we selected 30 GB. Out of 30 GB, it utilizes only 14 GB, right? So it uses hardly 14 GB for creating this particular Windows operating system, right? So and you can see all your computer configuration by clicking on this properties. If you see here, how this is a computer which I just created, and it has a processor of Intel, and it has a CPU of 1 GB and RAM also 1 GB. Okay, and it is using the 64-byte operating system, Windows operating system. When it is created 10.8. Okay, and the version of this particular operating system. So all details you can see here actually. Okay, so what else is there? So you can see here. I just opened the Chrome actually. Starts without your data. Confirm. Continue without this data. Rare. Okay. If you see here, this is Microsoft Edge. Example, if you want to uh, What it is asking so many things. See, this machine is becoming bit slower because I have just selected one CPU. Okay, this may already started utilizing their all processor. That's why it is becoming slow. So that's why they just given this is for your student purpose, for learning purpose, not to do any other stuffs actually. Or else people are ending up with creating free EC2 instance and they will do their job actually. That's why. So we'll do one thing. We'll download a Chrome application. Okay, Chrome download. Okay. Like someone noticed right, whenever when I created this particular machine, it has by default Microsoft Edge is there, but it don't has the Google Chrome, right? Example, whenever you're buying some mobile, right, it is already pre-installed a few applications, right? Few softwares and all. Whenever you're buying a new laptop in a market, by default you may have the Google Chrome, all other stuffs actually. Similar fashion, when we discuss about the AMI, Amazon Machine Image, right? So it will be pre-installed of the application. It's not about only the operating system, okay? It's about your application servers or the applications also. So that's why we call it as the Amazon Machine Image. So other few applications which are already pre-installed, which means whenever you're creating n number of time, by default this Microsoft Edge will be there. So if you want to download Google Chrome, again you need to Google it and you need to download it. Similar fashion. So that's why what Amazon Machine is a very helpful service where you can do your customize. Tomorrow you want to pre-install Google Chrome by default instead of manually creating it. So what you can do, there is option where you can download the Google Chrome and create one copy of this particular machine. And tomorrow onwards, if you want to provision a new machine, instead of referring Windows machine from the catalog, you can copy whatever you copied in your private folder, right? So you can create a new machine out of this, so that your Google Chrome is by default installed. Actually, we will see what is Amazon Machine Image, but this is how we need to create a virtual machine. And if you want to stop it, just click on this one and shut down it. Okay, so that it will shut down your computer. I mean, stop it actually. If you see here, I will show you what are the changes it will happen. So previously it is showing a running state, right? Now if you see here, it will show in a shutdown state. Okay. So always whenever you do some stuffs, so better you need to always delete it instantly, so that you will be not charging anything. So if you see here, it is stopping now. Once if you stop it, so then you will be not charging anything actually, because you have stopped it. If you are running it, then only you will be chargeable. So that's how it is. So after this particular stopping, if it is still it is in stopping state, once if it is in stopped, see here, previously it is stopping, now it is stopped, which means in progress, now completed. Then terminate it, means I'm deleting it now because my stuff is completed now. I want to show you how to create a server. I shown it. Now I will delete it because I don't want to get any charge for this, right? So I'm just deleting it. See, for my training purpose, I just created one machine, I shown it, and then I'm deleting it. See how within fraction of time, I am doing many things actually from the just one console instead of going and buying a laptop in a market, right? See, if it is terminated now. It is no longer exist now. If you try to connect also, it will show it won't show the option to connect it. All the data, whatever, let's say you just checked Google Chrome, all those things, right? If you relaunch the machine also, you won't get any data, anything. Everything is lost now. Any doubts till now? I think we completed 5:30. I mean tomorrow class. The EC2 is one of the big service where it required more classes to cover all the services actually. We will also give the access so that you guys also can go ahead and create a new machines for your own actually in our console. So all those steps we will do in our next class. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Is it interesting one or is it boring one? How it is?
Interesting.
Okay, I mean, at least you guys are understanding, right? All other guys actually only Gupta or Tavgit is responding. Other guys, I want a response from Rohit, Ramesh.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sharat. Thank you very much, all. Okay, so I'm pasting this internship form in this chat. Okay, so we have a few different openings or few different set of skill sets. So whoever is interested in doing an internship with us can register themselves, and sometime later next week, maybe on Friday or Saturday, we'll have an offline interview session. Okay, for these vacancies which we have for the internships. Okay. So if any one of you has any queries, you can open the form and you can check once. And if you have anything, you can let me know now, right now. I have downloaded the attendance for today also.
Okay. So guys, whatever you are attending the classes, whatever you're doing the assignments, all things all are countable. So that will help you for your future growth. Okay, kind of internship or tomorrow job, everything. So what are the forms are there actually? That if you open that link, so it will give your name, email address, proper email address which you are using, contact number, and the interest in which area you are interested. Okay, and then submit it.
Sir, if you are not interested to do it, then also we have to fill it.
No, if you're not interested, no, not required.
Okay.
Okay, thanks all. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Bye bye. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.